there was a time when someone saw two people together, there was an understanding that she was yours and that you were hers. And that most people, probably mostly dudes, would see her and think, wow, I wish I was that guy. But now, fast forward to 2020, with the help of Onlyfans, I am that guy. Of course, this video was inspired, or at least the original was inspired by Reb, and her boyfriend Skooch saw my original video and made a lengthy response to it on Twitch, and I have to go through it, and I have to apologize, of course, because I like Skooch. But I gotta do it to him because I like Skooch enough to tell him the truth. And the truth is, Skooch, you may sit here and believe that you are defending your girlfriend, but I have to say that for the low, low price of free, she can also become my e-girlfriend. So in reality, she's not your girlfriend, she's our girlfriend, and we have to talk about her.
Called Why I Could Never Date a Cosplayer, right? And I think it's hilarious because in this video, I've only seen about a minute of it, by the way. But in this video, he goes into detail about why he himself can't take the idea of dating somebody who does lewd work, lewd pictures or whatever, right?
Yeah, you know, I could spend a great amount of my time clarifying my position, but I already did that in the last video. So instead, I'm going to be going over the counter arguments, if you can call what was presented here counter arguments and not simply just attacks upon me character. So, go ahead and take us away. We shouldn't be here all day, at least I hope we don't.
It hit me hard, and I was like, yeah, but she has a whole ass boyfriend, right? Like she's posting stuff like this on the internet. Like, this is her job, this is her career choice, right? She's got her whole Patreon.
Yes, she also has 2 college degrees, right? Don't forget that she graduated with 2 degrees, right? She's doing this because she enjoys it, and she has a right to do whatever the fuck she enjoys.
Said, my friend, allow me to ask you a very interesting and important question. How in the flip was I supposed to know that? I'm going to be honest with you. On the internet, I cannot see what her college degrees are unless she posts a picture of them, which, gonna be honest with you, I was not interested in her pictures, considering the fact that that globe behind her seemed to have taken my complete focus. The thickness was too much for me. That ham sandwich back there, them cheeks I felt like clapping, kinda took my focus away from any intellectual pursuit that she may have gone under during her time in college. I'm gonna be honest with you, considering the fact that I have no idea of how to, I guess, read the future or obtain knowledge from on high or the ether. I don't know if she has a college degree. She can have an IQ of 192. What I do know is that she's got them cakes, and I want to clap them. Which is something you're just going to have to accept, considering the fact that this is her career choice. You're just going to have to deal with the fact that individuals are gonna want to, you know. Fortunately, our friend Reb deleted the comment she placed on my other video, where she tells me that her real points of contention were not the fact that I decided that I didn't want to date her, but was actually because I, one, used their relationship as an example for my points, which isn't accurate. It's more the inspiration for my points rather than me actually talking about them specifically. But 2, she didn't like the fact that I had used some of her material in my video. Perhaps some of it was taken. I spent most of my time on her Twitter and Instagram and got a couple off Google. Maybe the ones I got off Google, I guess, were the ones that were stolen, unfortunately. But either way it goes, I still used it for criticism purposes, and I also did not make a single bit of money off that video, so I'm not profiting off of her image at all, and so it's fair use. And 3, what she was also upset about was the fact that I was being incredibly crass. I wish I could show you guys this comment that she made, where she says that she was upset about how I had talked about her body, and that when other thirsty dudes talk to her, they talk to her with respect. Okay. 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 I will accept that. That other dudes may talk to you with respect when they see them ham sandwiches. But unfortunately, I'm not really even sure how you can even begin to be upset with people sexualizing your body when that's your career choice. There's not even anything, I can't really even say anything apart from that. Like, I don't understand what in your mind makes you think that you can be so sexual and then be upset when someone says, I want to clap your cheeks. Was my diction the issue? Perhaps I must say it more respectfully then, madam. Madam, I wish to partake in that of the sexual relations with you. I wish to be able to caress your gigantic massive globes and place my face upon them. Was that be more respectful? Like, I honestly just am kind of befuddled at the fact that even in my performance, even in my outlandish and thirsty performance in the original video, I still use mostly innuendos. I still never really overtly said that I wanted to just you know. And even now, I'm still more using exaggerations than actually clearly defining the things I would love to do. So, but I'm not even going to focus on that. Instead, let's just keep going with what Skooch has to say.
But I thought to myself, I couldn't date this girl, man.
I couldn't date this girl. I can bet 1 million.
Said, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm not even sure how that's a counter argument. But you do not trust my integrity. You do not trust that, given the opportunity, I would not date Reb. I can't really do much to convince you otherwise. You don't believe me, then you don't believe me. It is what it is. But I wouldn't. Here's more closer to the truth, though. Considering the fact that I have access to her OnlyFans, I actually could date Reb if I wanted to. I mean, sure, it'd be a little bit of an relationship, but I would still have access to all that thick, ivory, creamy, white goodness. Would I not? And I could get all of that for the low price of free. And maybe a little bit of elbow grease. I would have to talk to her and communicate with her a little bit. But seeing as she does like to get to know people, I'm pretty sure that would be rather easy now, wouldn't it? I guess, you know what? Maybe since Reb is our girlfriend now, maybe I should actually start trying to learn about her a little bit more and get to know her better.
That is where our monogamy is.
You could pay your money to look at pictures and fantasize about having sex with her, but I'm the guy that actually gets to do it. So
True, I am. And I'm also the guy who gets to hang out with her. You're kind of forgetting that she's not a piece of meat, right? You're kind of forgetting that me and her can drink and she can watch me play Need for Speed Heat and just crash into every wall because I'm fucked up, right? You're kind of forgetting all the other parts in a relationship besides, you know, the sex.
I don't care.
Which is kind of crazy. It's kind of a big foresight, right? It's kind of a big lack of like understanding. It's like, well, but the sex. It's like, do you only think about that?
Now, granted, I understand, I will concede his point that sex probably isn't the only intimate part of a sexual relationship between a male and a female, but considering the fact that it is indeed the very criterion of which separates a normal friendship from a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, when you devalue that aspect of it all, I'm gonna be honest with you, my friend, it kinda does kick into the teeth of all the other elements of intimacy that you might have or share with her. And granted, I'm not privy to all of the other nitty-gritty details, but I also don't want to be, which is another thing you seem to be not considering here. If I were indeed a less honorable man and cared not for the souls and fates and destiny of other people, what difference does it make to me? Why would I and why should I care about any of that stuff if I just want to clap her cheeks?
You don't understand. If you think that sex is the only intimacy in a relationship, you are completely wrong. Like, holy fuck.
But I feel like when there's access to something that should be private or intimate. Like,
Something that should be private or intimate because of what?
Because you can make people out of that. Also, because the very thing that makes the intercourse between you and one person special is its privacy, is the fact that it is not displayed out for other people. The action itself, my friend, is not special. We're 7 billion strong as far as humanity is concerned. But the thing that gives stuff its weight, the thing that gives stuff its value, is the privacy. It is the speciality that is only 2 people here have shared it between one and another. And if you wish to monetize that, if you wish to display that out to the internet, I wish to have no part in that. And I think that that should be fine. I think it should be fair that I don't want to have that. I'm just saying, I want my private affairs to remain private.
Twitter, leaked stuff, because I saw all of her sets. I saw all of them. I'm sorry, guys, I had to.
I saw all of her sets. I saw all of them. Oh, man. I would fuck her. If I had a shot, I would fuck this girl. Also, I bought all of her sets. I bought all of them. I saw them all. And I would fuck her. But I would not stay in a relationship with her.
Yes!
Good looking. I gotta be all these different things. If we live together, I gotta pay for the house that she lives in.
Almost everything this guy is saying is making me feel like he's like an alien that got dropped on Earth and was and it got a threefold pamphlet about how relationships work. He said, if we live together, I gotta pay for the house. Like, relationships are not that black and white, right? They're not that black and white, right?
My friend, but you have to be being purposefully obtuse here, my dude. Are we going to sit here and pretend that women do not vastly prefer males that make more money than them, and males who are bigger than them, and males who are stronger than them, and males who wish to take care of them in some manner? We're just gonna pretend that not be the case? We're gonna go to La La Land. Hold on, let me get Demi Lovato on the phone so she can give me the passcode to go to La La Land. Apparently, okay, granted. Your relationship with Reb is not, and dare I say, traditional. Sure, fine. I'll give you that. But despite the fact that it may not be traditional, and despite the fact that she may be indeed making more money than you, the way of which she collects her money is off the backs of lots of other dudes who she pretends to be her internet boyfriends in some way or some manner. So she's still being taken care of by men. I mean, she may use that money to then take care of you, but if most of her income is coming from lots of men, it's still men taking care of her. She has not escaped that. It's just now she has lots of husbands instead of one.
You know what I mean? So, like, what is the nature that makes this relationship different? Well, obviously it's sexual, right?
No! There's so much more than that. He just explained why he objectifies women. He just explained it. You know, objectification of women is not thinking that women are sexy. It's thinking that women are only sexy, which is crazy because one of the most liked comments on this video is this. I'll fucking show you the kind of people that this thinking draws. Women, don't objectify us. Also, women, watch me objectify myself. Objectify means to make into a fucking object. Women can be hot, right? Women can be hot, period. But they are something more than hot. They're not just hot, right? Objectification is to objectify, make them into object.
Interesting. So there are lots of pictures of this woman that I will never meet. I'll never really get to have much of an authentic conversation with her. I'll never really get to hang out with her, but I can see her. So I'm sexually attracted to this woman, but I can't actually engage with her in any meaningful way. So what is remained in this relationship between her and I, my friend? What's left? Oh, that's right, my sexual attraction to her. And what else is present? Oh, access to images of her in sexually precarious ways. So, considering the fact that I can't do anything that would humanize her, such as speak to her, talk to her, and then hang out with her, engage with her in any other meaningful way, the only thing that seems to remain is that I can sexually pleasure myself to the images that she created specifically for me to sexually pleasure myself from. I wonder who here has actually sexually objectified the other person.
Objectify. Like, holy shit.
And so, again, physically, I can have sex with her, and that's all cool and everything.
You can't! You can't have sex with anyone! You just said you're a virgin!
Whoa, brother. Do not be upset, my friend. I was saying that I wasn't even saying her, I was just saying hypothetically. Again, the video isn't specifically about her, but today it is, because remember, she's our girlfriend now.
More power to you, but that's just not strong enough to me, mostly because everyone has the same access that I do. Everyone gets to see the same thing that I do, so I'm not really all that special. Like, yeah, maybe literally, physically, I'm special, but it doesn't feel that way to me.
It's just so crazy that the emotional connection with women has become like, oh yeah, that's okay. Like, it's so insane to me that, like, he has quite literally brought it up for like 2 seconds, and he's like, anyway, sex, right? Sex, guys? Sex?
Like I said, maybe...
Friend, but let's play this one out logically now, shall we? Why do you engage in a sexual relationship with our girlfriend? Is it because you intend on having children with her at some point in time? If that be the case, then that would be something that I cannot do because I physically cannot inseminate her. However, if you don't intend on having sex with her, and the only thing you like about having this girl is the emotional fulfillment that you get from her, plus the fact that you get to use her WAP to pleasure yourself, then I can do the same exact thing. I don't need to talk to her. I have my own friends. I have my own female friends. I can just go talk to them. And then later at night, I can pleasure myself to the thought of our girlfriend because we're not producing children. So as far as that is concerned, the end game of what we're doing with Reb is the same. We're pleasuring ourselves sexually to her image. Now, you may be able to masturbate with her body, but I can masturbate with my imagination. But at the end of the day, it remains the same. Unless you're trying to tell me that you intend on marrying this woman and producing a family with her, all that remains is your sexual desire for her, the same as mine. And if that be the case, if that is the nature of our relationship, then any other dude can have what I have with the power of his imagination and these images that this woman displays. I don't like that. And I also don't want the mother of my children to be caught in precarious situations because I don't want my children to see her later in life like that. So,
if the vagina juices was on my penis, I would feel differently. I don't know.
This is how you stay, by the way. This is how you, if any of you, right, and it's okay, bruh. I'm not preaching. I'm not saying anything specific. Like, you could be a virgin for as long as you want. I don't care. But those words that he just said is how you stay one. Okay.
Well, that's quite the two-step, my friend. In one breath, you're not judging me for being a virgin, and yet in the next breath, you then say that I staying a virgin is somehow an insult or a bite against me. It's not wrong to be a virgin, except when it is wrong to stay a virgin. Kind of sounds a little bit like a judgment, my friend. But more importantly than that, I don't like the idea that somehow my status of being a virginity is even a point of contention in this conversation. I don't want to date cosplayers because of the image that they may portray to my children. What that has to do with me clapping the cheeks of our girlfriend eludes me. I'm sorry, continue.
But I just know, like, looking at this thought-wise, I wouldn't be proud to walk around with a girl that does this for her career. Could I smash and dash? Yes.
You can't.
Certainly.
You cannot.
I wouldn't tell anybody, but I would, you know.
I wouldn't tell anybody. I wouldn't tell anybody like you.
You know what I mean? But
Like it's shameful to have sex with a woman who is in control of her body.
Yes, it would be shameful. If I were to clap the cheeks of ye old Reb, it would shame me greatly, because it would mean that I was not able to adhere to my integrity and my honor. And now, when I have a wife, she must contend with the fact that I clapped the cheeks of someone else. And I don't want my wife to deal with that. Sue me. Sorry. But yeah, I wouldn't tell anyone. Which means that the image of me remaining a virgin is more powerful than the validation I receive from obtaining sex from a woman. Huh. How about that? Interesting. That's not how men work. Men usually obtain lots of validation because attractive women like them and allow them to enter their WAPs. Isn't it strange when someone is not controlled by the desires of women wanting them for a source of their own validation and self-worth? How about that?
Something that I mentioned earlier. It's like, stop fucking pretending that you're a catch, right? Don't sit there and fucking pretend like you're a catch, because you're not, right?
Whoa, brother. Hold on there for a second. I'll have you know, I'm 6'1". I am. Don't try me, fam. I'm 6'1". I'm quite the catch. I'm tall. Don't come over here and say that I'm not quite the catch just because you're over here with Reb. What are you doing, dude? What is this, high school? I'm like, seriously, like, is this high school? Like, you don't know me. All you know is I made one video about, which actually wasn't even about you guys. I mean, I'm able to respond to this authentically. Like, what could I even say that we would attempt to prove that I am indeed a catch? Nothing, because it doesn't matter. It's not relevant to anything. Even if I wasn't a catch, I still wouldn't date Reb given the opportunity. If anything, that says more about her than it says about me. Think about this one for a second. Some minuscule guy that you don't find worthy to date her doesn't find her worthy either. Why would that be the case? It might be, not just maybe, that there is something up with her and not with me. Or maybe there's something wrong with both of us. All I'm saying is, I'm not pretending I'm a catch because I don't want to date someone whose image I think would ruin that of our children's psychological development.
3 minutes.
The smackaroos that she's gonna say no. Maybe she will be that virtuous. But you have to ask me to trust that. And I'm not sure if I can really trust that from the cosplayer. Who knows? Maybe they are.
It really seems like you don't trust women is just what's going on. This guy just doesn't trust women. He doesn't like women, right? Like maybe he has some seething hatred towards women for some reason or another, but it seems like he has some seething hatred towards women.
Or maybe, now just maybe, the truth might be, I just don't want to date cosplayers because I don't trust them. It might be a little bit more close to the truth than I hate all women. All women aren't cosplayers, my friend. You know, and I think that'll probably be where we end here. You know, the reason why I have a lot of disdain for this type of response is the fact that it's all a part of the script. And a lot of the comments that I got were all a part of the script. The script being when someone has a negative opinion about women or doesn't agree with something or doesn't like it. What we are given, what we receive is incel. What we receive is you're insecure. What you receive is you're jealous. But you never have an authentic critical look. And this is why, my friend, despite the fact that I still appreciate your videos on League of Legends, I had to come at you this incredibly hard. Because I am not an involuntary celibate. One, it's a stupid word. Nobody should invoke the word nor allude to it. It's stupid. Two, if I choose not to engage with someone, that would show that I have choice. Now, I guess you could say, well, she'd never give you the choice anyway. Well, then we reach it's not even an impasse. We just walk past each other, right? We reach an agreement. Then there's no issue. Then if she never would bang me, then fine. I don't want to date her, and I'm fine with not having sex with her either. It was never on the table to begin with. It's fine. That would be okay. But more importantly than that, if I choose not to continue such relationship, that's a choice. Which would mean it's not involuntary. So just with pure logic, my friend, it makes no bloody sense. But more importantly than that, I also don't like the accusation that I somehow hate women because I don't want to engage with one of this caliber. I don't like her life choices, I don't like her decisions, and I don't even think that you should date someone of her caliber. Why? Because she's able to have a relationship on the internet with other dudes. You say there's so much more to relationships than just having sex, and I would agree with you. I think there's honor, and I think there's integrity, and I think that there is intimacy. And I don't want any of that trampled on. I don't want any of that monetized. I don't want it to be pretended for other people. I don't want it to date a woman who's going to pretend with other men who are going to take the resources of other men who are lonely and want more from her. I don't want to have to do anything to do with that. And I think it should be perfectly fine that I don't want that. I think it's fine. So again, I don't have any disdain for you or for Reb or anyone really. I really don't. But I do think that you should think critically about what she's actually doing and what her actual choice in career here is, what she's actually invoking. There should be some thought here, and you should really wrestle with it, my friend. But with that being said, I sure hope you guys got something out of today's video, and if you did, man, go and click the like button. And shoot, go and click that subscribe. Comment in the comment box below. And as always, you guys have yourselves a great day. And we'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.